This PowerPoint is on Chapter 10, Values and Character Education, Traditional or Liberational. Today we're going to look at which and whose values should public schools teach. First, let's talk about character education. Character education emphasizes the importance of character being an important aspect in academic achievement. Character education is a term that focuses on teaching students morals and ethics within the classroom. When teaching character education, there are two drastically different ways to do so within the school environment. Today we're going to talk about teaching traditional values as well as liberation through education. The first strategy is teaching traditional values. The idea behind traditional values is that schools are rooted in morals. Good character is a work in progress, exhibited in action in situations where morals, values, and ethics are tested. Traditional values gave early American schools a clarity of purpose and solid direction. Today, it is thought that good families is correlated to good schools. Teaching traditional values in the classroom. Traditional values character education programs are devoted to creating a safe and orderly school environment. They also encourage students to take responsibility for their conduct and for others, preventing violence and reinforcing efforts to curb drug abuse and weapons in school. Traditional values rely on curriculum as well as school and teacher support and guidance. Teaching traditional values benefits diverse learners because it allows them to come together with a common standing and goal. Curriculum. The curriculum in teaching traditional values is benefited by an increase in number of quality education materials for teachers. The elementary curriculum revolves around reading that should emphasize ideals. Elementary stories should tell of great heroes and loyalty. U.S. history should show people working together to succeed. Classes should study various religions because many religions have a common ground where those values could apply to everyday life. In the secondary curriculum, there should be more sophisticated materials and concepts. Literature should reward moral behavior and have consequences for immorality. Science should show hard workers and their perseverance in making a discovery. Curriculum also goes outside of the classroom. Traditional values places an emphasis on teachable moments of ethics and values within sports programs. These are things such as sportsmanship, dedication, and work ethic. However, it stresses the importance of holding an honor roll certificate in the same esteem as a sports trophy. Teacher participation. Teachers should demonstrate a strong personal commitment to traditional values. In fact, schools are urged to inquire about a teacher's morals and look into a teacher's ethical background before hiring them to teach traditional values. This emphasis is placed on the teacher because there's no specific curriculum that teaches traditional morals. Schools play a significant role in imparting moral values on students. Children are born with knowing morality. However, they are not taught right from wrong. It is if parents refuse to teach their children the difference between right and wrong, it is up to the teacher and the school to do so. The idea about enforcing traditional values is that schools destroy values. One term for that is value clarification. It's led to believe that right and wrong are matters of personal opinion. Also, relativism. All values are relative with none superior. That there is no enduring set of ethical standards, and that personal character is a matter of individual choice in particular situations. The idea behind traditional values is that there is a set of universal values that everyone should follow, and that personal values do not differ from those universal values. There is also believed to be an attack on the American family values, that they would now use the terms diversity, multiculturalism, and sexual orientation. These would fall under the idea of relativism. Traditional values also believes that there's a crisis in education. that the same crisis in education is the same origin as a crisis in society, that this is a decline of the basic American values. Traditional values education would allow schools to play a part in fixing this. Now that we've looked at the first step in the first option in character education, we're going to look at liberation through active value inquiry. This is our second way that we're talking about teaching character education. We're going to start with a quote that is a big part of liberation through inquiry. That most character education programs deliver homilies by way of posters, banners, and murals throughout the school. The children are passive receptacles to be filled objects to be manipulated rather than learners to be engaged. Education liberation within the classroom. This states that everything that schools do and decide not to do reflects a set of values. The idea behind education liberation is not to preach morality and ethics, that students already come to school with different values and opinions. These opinions might be good or bad. Good character is a work in progress shown in situations where your morals might be tested. The idea is that students are not to come to school to sit in a book and learn how to be a moral person, but to come with their set of morals and form their own ideas and to test their own ideas. Liberation equals education. Values education requires students to critically examine traditional and contemporary moral ideas. They then test and refine these ideas to form a set of personal beliefs. Students need to fully comprehend social values and take responsibility for their actions. It stresses that by reading a slogan or a book on morality will not hide a student's defect in character or hide the idea of a defect in character. Curriculum. Liberation education is grounded in reason. Students should examine the root causes of things, and the emphasis is placed on ideology. The teacher should blend curriculum content with critical pedagogy. Critical thought is important. This occurs when the school and community allow students to do so. School life and society. Schools place a strong emphasis on conformity. This is an unrealistic setting and not typical of students we see in society. Our teaching should differ from the mainstream. It should focus students to think critically about the radical. Basically, this is saying that students are learned to behave a certain way in school and to solve situations in school, but this is not how it would be in the real world. Diverse learners could benefit from liberation through education because they are required to think critically and to apply what they've learned to everyday situations. No situation is the same, and no child will have the same beliefs based on their everyday situations. In conclusion, we have our two character education programs. We have traditional values, where teachers should teach universal morals and values to students. By doing so, they will create better citizens and then, therefore, a better society. As well as our liberational view that teachers should present students with real-world information. They should help them think critically in order to form their own personal values. Thank you, and I hope you learned a little bit about character education.